Hey gamers, it's G from the corner, and it is getting a little chillier outside. You know, we're approaching the final third of the year. That's right, September is here. And I'm going to be honest, the lineup of games coming out this month is crazy. My wallet is crying at the moment because there is so much coming out this month. Like, actually, I don't know what to cover, don't know what to review, don't even know what to play, honestly. So I kind of just want to just quickly kind of go over how much stuff is just coming out this month that I'm just so ready and here for, and give my brief thoughts, because I don't know if I'll get to review all these games, and I don't think I've talked about a few of them outside of reactions and such, and the next time I'll be able to talk about them will be in full review form. So let's just go ahead, start it from the top. The first game that I am just absolutely over the moon excited for coming out this month, Astrobot on the PS5. I am indifferent to the PS5. I never bought a PS4, so I knew I had to get a PS5 day and date. I was like thinking maybe I'll buy a PS4 in 2017, but by then I knew, okay, it's been like 4 years. The next generation has to be around the corner, probably have backwards compatibility, so I'll just buy a PS5 and play PS4 games then. And I was the smart one. I bought the console day one, so now I'm basically, I have the last 10 years of PlayStation games to play, and I've probably got the next 10 years of PlayStation games to play. I did a very smart, and I'm patting myself on the back for that. But I'm going to be honest, from Sony themselves, there has not been a lot that I've been super into, you know? I think it's just kind of this like over-reliance on these cinematic, open world, over-the-shoulder, story-based, expensive as hell first-party titles that they've been putting out. I'm just not a fan of most of them. They're cool, they're big, and everybody respects them, but they're not really my thing, and you'll only see me playing one every few years. I played the Spider-Mans. When I first got my PS5, I played Spider-Man Remastered and Miles Morales, and then I picked up Spider-Man 2 when it came out, but honestly, I was not a big fan of this game at all. I really thought it was just such a, oh wow, this feels like the first game, but more complicated and not in a good way. I felt like we were they were going too hard into some things. Like, it felt like too much, honestly. I was like, the first game was good. Miles was a fun little side story. It should have stopped there, but now Insomniac is in Marvel hell. So, oh well. What can we expect from Sony that isn't the kind of slop we usually see from every other AAA developer under the sun? Astrobot. Team Absol is the only big Japanese studio left at Sony after Team Japan was unfortunately shuttered, and they put out the amazing tech demo, basically the Wii Sports of the PS5, I'm going to say it, Astro's Playroom. And you know, it's funny because that game was the pack-in Wii Sports title. But if I'm going to be honest, Astrobot is looking like the Wii Sports Resort, and that is high praise coming from a child of the 2000s, all right? They first showed this game off at the State of Play back in June, and they haven't shown it again since, which is really unfortunate. Honestly, I'm surprised they've been giving Concord so much marketing attention over this game, but from what I saw of the trailer, from what I've heard from preview events, from what I've seen just of little snippets and leaks and cameos, this game looks fantastic. It could honestly be a Game of the Year contender. This has been a good year for 3D platformers, all right? Penny's Big Breakaway, this, something else I'm definitely forgetting about. Bakaru is coming out. I guess I'll talk about that briefly as well. Bakaru, which I reviewed earlier in the year, is getting an English localization. I'm not double dipping. I think my game would auto update actually to be in English when this version comes out, so that's good. But yeah, Bakaru is getting localized. I highly recommend it. You all should really check this game out. It's a fantastic 3D platformer. It's only going to be $40 when it drops, I think. So that's a pretty good price for this game, honestly. It's a pretty damn good 3D platformer. It'll last you quite a bit, all right? If you've been craving a new fun 3D platformer and you played Pennies and you are already planning on picking up Astros, then you know what? This one might do it for you as well if you need a third game to throw onto that pile. It's a great game. It's a very high quality game. Next up, September 12th, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. What a mouthful. I love me some fighting games. I love me some Capcom fighting games, and this is a collection that should have come out 10 years ago. Seriously. Like, all of the Marvel Capcom fighting games, I don't know how this hasn't happened yet, but I guess rights were up in the air. Marvel didn't want to market the X-Men too much, but now we're in an era of nostalgia and pandering to those characters because nobody likes the MCU anymore, and Marvel fully owns Fox, so they'll make all the money off of movies with Wolverine and co. So, yep, here's the Cyclops handshake and literally everything. I'm sure it'll show up when he makes his first appearance in the MCU. I'm sure it will. But yeah, this game looks sick, honestly. It's just Marvel 1, 2, X-Men versus Street Fighter, X-Men versus Capcom. Is that? No, it was Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter and then X-Men. Oh my gosh. But yeah, there's a lot of cool fighting games on here. I'm very excited to check out some of these, especially Marvel 2. Marvel 2 is a classic. Everybody loves Marvel 2. Cannot wait to play this game when it comes out. You know, it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be a fun party game with friends. That's the thing. Like, these fighting game collections are not like, I'm not planning on taking them online, playing them seriously. These are kind of just nice little archives to have when you got the gang over and you want to play some fighting games, and it's like, let's boot up a classic, you know, an old age classic. Because I could play Marvel 2 on like Fightcade or something if I really wanted to get into it. But I'm going to pick up this collection on the Switch, so now everywhere I go, I got Marvel 2. I can just pop out Marvel 2. Or not, actually, because I'm going to get the digital version because it comes out like 2.5 months before the physical. Obviously, I'm going to get the digital. I might double dip, though. The physical is apparently going to have some cool collector's editions, and who knows if the game will get delisted someday, and then people will be unable to play it. I don't know. I'll probably double dip on this one. But that's not all for September 12th, because my birthday, that's right, my birthday, September 12th, is looking real busy. They're dropping the Jackbox Naughty Pack the same day. I talked about Jackbox 10 briefly last year. I don't think I'll review this one because I don't know how much of this game YouTube's gonna let me show, because this is a very sneaky, risque Jackbox, okay? Here's the thing, Jackbox always just kind of devolves into foul humor, so I'm very curious to see what happens when they actually lean into it. Again, some of these games you would even already be able to make custom prompts for, so I'm not really sure how big of a deal it's going to be having these quote-unquote risque titles, and I'm not even sure how far they'll go. Again, like, everybody has definitely said worse things than what they will probably put in this game. Like, I've read the prompts from what they've shown, and I'm just like, bro, I don't know if this is going to be that edgy, although I think it will be fun. There's only 3 games included, though, and 2 of them are sequels. I think the worst of this is definitely going to be Dirty Drawful, because we don't really like Drawful. Our group doesn't play much Drawful when we play Jackbox. But the Fakin' It sequel is nice. This is a W for a friend of the channel. He loves Fakin' It, and to see Fakin' It get a sequel in the funny sex pack, that's hilarious. I'm sure it'll be good fun. But also Let Me Finish, which seems like a more rapid-fire version of another Jackbox game called Talking Points. Essentially, you all have to go up to the stage or to the TV or whatever and kind of present a point, which I think is, you know, presentation games can be fun sometimes, but I thought Talking Points, the last one that was really just straight up presentation stuff, wasn't very fun because you had a lot of people just not really putting their all into it. Like, how do I put this? The scoring system was really annoying where, like, oh, you know, you have to keep mashing and, like, your line will go up and down depending on how they think. But sometimes you're just going to laugh at something and you're not going to think to immediately be like, ah, yes, this is incredible. There should have been a rating system or something. And I'm assuming there will be something better than that in this new one. I really hope there is, at least. Now we jump forward about 5 days to our next game, The Plucky Squire. This game is, oh my gosh, I've been seeing this game everywhere for the last 2 years, and I am so excited to give it a shot. It is kind of a top-down Zelda mixed with 3D platformer, and I'm sure some of you are looking at this game and thinking, I've seen this art before on Instagram from that James Turner fellow. What has he done? Oh, you know, he was just the lead art director on the Pokemon Sword and Shield games and has worked with Game Freak for years. He left the company recently and founded his own studio where they are currently working on this game. And oh man, this game looks so good. You play as a little dude in a picture book and you jump out of the book into the room that you are traversing, and it's just, it's so great. You go through all these different gameplay styles. There's just all these cool gimmicks and just so much fun stuff, it seems. I am very excited to check out this game. It seems absolutely insane. Could even be a gaudy contender, honestly. Just another fantastic indie game coming out in a year that I feel like has been full of fantastic indie games. I highly recommend everybody looks into this game because I got a feeling it's going to be something very special. And now, to round it off, the oh so obvious game, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I am so excited for this game. This is crazy because you come to me like 6 years ago, I'd be like, yeah, Zelda's all right. But now, oh boy, I love me some Zelda, and this game looks like the kind of Zelda I kind of want. I'm gonna be honest, I am a little bummed it's not a straight up traditional Zelda, but what they've got cooking here seems like it could be something incredible. All the cool gameplay mechanics, all the ideas here. It's a Zelda game where you play as Zelda, but it's so much more than just that, and I'm so happy that it is. It's just such an interesting, fun idea, and I love what they're doing here. It's not like they're foregoing the original Zelda formula for something stupid or just a straight port of the 3D stuff. There is a new idea here. They're saying, let's make a 2D Zelda, but let's come up with a new gameplay style. And, honestly, if the gameplay is fun, I don't care if it's different, right? That's just kind of my MO. This game looks big. This game looks vast. This game looks very expansive. I just said big like 3 separate times. I love how this game looks. I love seeing all these Zelda races in this kind of art style. September feels like kind of a mini Zelda month because they're releasing this Lego Great Deku Tree at the start, and I really want to get it, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to cash out the money for that. It's a little pricey. But then we get Zelda Echoes of Wisdom at the end. I'm gonna be heading to a midnight launch for it. Maybe I'll vlog it. We'll see. But yeah, September is, oh man, there's so many games I want to check out coming out this month. The last time we had a month of gaming where I was just obsessed with everything that was supposed to be released, and I was just like so ready to buy like a game every week basically, was, I want to say, October 2021. That month I picked up Metroid Dread, Monkey Ball Banana Mania, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, Jackbox Party Pack 8, and Mario Party Superstars. It was a packed month. I enjoyed most of those games, with the exception of Nick All-Star Brawl. I'm going to be honest, I loved all the other games. But man, oh man, I'm excited. I feel like the highs are not necessarily there. I don't know if my Gotti will be amongst these 6 games. I'm not so sure. But you know what? Honestly, very, very exciting month. And there's plenty of stuff coming out later in the year. Mario and Luigi Brothers ship, Mario Party Jamboree. I'm kind of interested in checking out Sonic X Shadow Generations. I'm gonna be real. That game at Summer Games Fest from the guy who made Silent Hill and Gravity Rush looks really cool, and if I don't see anything else that I'm super into at the same time, I'll definitely pick it up. Dragon Quest III Remake, and of course, I play all the fighting games, so I'm getting tons of DLC updates, all right? In September, actually back to September, 2 days before Zelda comes out, Terry Bogard comes to Street Fighter 6, and he looks amazing. I cannot wait to check him out in the game. There's so much happening, man. There's so much happening this month gaming-wise, and I didn't think I was going to be able to cover it all in individual reviews, so I figured I might as well just shout about it for about 12 minutes to you all. But yes, it has been 12 minutes, so now I will end the video. Keep yourselves cornered for more. I will be back very soon. Goodbye.